Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday morning trading room. I trust that you did all right on your own yesterday. I apologize. These next couple of weeks, my schedule is all over the map. So bear with me, please. Things will be back to normal soon enough. All right, it looks as though there was a little bit of a sharp move just on the opening buzzer to the short side. The overnight looking fairly bullish. So very often if there is something resembling a trend in the overnight, there will be a tendency for the market to try to reverse that on the open. And it looks as though that may be the case right now. A little bit of a gap down here to deal with. But like I say, it is still just a few minutes into the session. For those of you who like those early signals, here on the Eagle, we have a rule of three signal, and now it's actually doing a cloud crossover signal, as is the Raptor. We're getting a cloud crossover signal here in the Raptor as well. I may choose to wait just a little bit longer, although it looks as though that cloud crossover signal may have some follow through to it now. Okay, and that number one signal drifting low enough to find its profit objective, coming back with a little bit of a counter trend type thing now. It's looking for the market to get its bearings. And a reasonably strong move to the short side. Okay, so it's starting to look like we may have a little bit more of a bearish bias here today. Pardon me. So a hard edge bounce would be nice. Here on the Hawk, we're back into yellow bars, which is a little concerning. The Falcon trend line already flipping over as well. Well, that hard edge bounce just developed a little bit quick. Didn't really give me a chance to get on board there, and I'm not really keen on all this little added volatility that we're seeing. Maybe I'll give that trade a little bit of room here on the entry. Coming back now with a number two signal. Now, a number two signal after a number three signal tends to be favorable. It tends to have well, at least enough to get to the hard edge of the trading band, which is the target. But in this case, it looks as though we would have had enough to reach our high probability profit objective as well. Okay, we'll scrub that as the buyer's pushing back. What time is it? Oh, we're only 5 minutes into the day. It seemed longer than that. A lot of bars unfolding here. Here's an early cloud crossover on the Raptor. We've also got a first micro macro cross / macro pullback signal here on the Hawk, and now a red bar buy. So the Hawk's trying to get bullish here, but I don't know. That early trend may stifle the buyers. We'll see. Oh, here we are. We're actually coming back now with that. I should have left my order in here. So this also a hard edge bounce on the Raptor now. And you can see I'm giving the market a little bit of room here below the low. That hard edge bounce signal, by the way, was way back here. It did not print as a hard edge bounce just because the clouds were out of sync. But I may leave that order there just for the moment. In case the market unwinds really fast to the short side again, that'll be my just in case trade. Just in case the bottom falls out. I'm getting a very, very tight sideways drift, it appears. We may actually have something bracketable as a result. Here the eagle is showing it pretty clearly, this sideways trading range that we have developing. Just like so. See if it gets knocked down on the top end again. Sellers tend to be there. Buyers tend to be down here in the bottom third. Sellers in the top third. Lots of activity here in the opening minutes of trading. All right, we are getting to the point where I think I may try an OCO order. So I'm going to look to short down here below the lows of the morning. That's the easy one. Hopefully I get another little hesitation here. Nope, not yet. Wow, all right. That's some pretty crazy ranges. we're working, no, where did the number one print? Number one signal printed way back here. This just a follow-up style signal now. One of those discretionary signals, if you will. I'd like to see something resembling maybe a hard edge bounce. Make sure I use the right order here, not throw in a sell order. Come on. There we go. It's a rather broad range to be sure, but I don't want to get in here too early if the market isn't ready for me. Like I said, the eagle kind of showing this sideways range that we had. Now we've broken out of this sideways range, and now we're doing the retest. So we're going to see whether or not the buyers can hold on to this market. The eagle now producing a nice hard edge bounce signal right there. So there's a buying opportunity on the eagle. The hawk a little bit more bearish, as is the falcon, but the falcon's trying to turn over. I have to admit, I'd probably be a little bit more comfortable selling today than buying. I don't know why. It just kind of strikes me that way. All right, big move lower. Wow, what a roller coaster here this morning. So what was the low here? 640.40. Could probably bring my stops in a little bit to there, maybe to that 640.40 zone. Start to put the squeeze on the market. As it bounces up a little bit here, I can take this zone into effect, 644.44. Maybe bring it here just below 642. All right, and we're getting now the cloud cross as well. All right, well, it looks like our zones are holding pretty well as the market thrashes back and forth. So they didn't trade quite low enough to bring me in on the short side, and now they're bouncing back the other way. All right, well, are they going to come through the bottom? All right, well, we're getting really tight here. Look at our band is getting twisted up like a rope. Now we're getting a little bit more bullish again. I think I could probably bring my entry in above the resistance line right here. It seems to be holding the market, containing it pretty well. Maybe even a little bit tighter. There we go. Okay, well, here I sit brokenhearted, just waiting for the market to make a move. I could probably bring this up a couple of ticks also. All right, you can see we're getting a kind of a mixture of signals here, starting to get that candy striping effect, which means the market is congested. And if you're going to do a bracket style trade, then this is the kind of thing you're going to look for. All right, now we're going to get a cloud cross to the short side. All right, there's the cloud cross. This is reminiscent of, I think it might have been last Tuesday, where the market spent a lot of time going sideways, but the overall bias did seem to be to the short side. Oh, all right, let's try to pop back in there. For whatever reason, I got popped out of that order. Okay, hit the first profit target, and now the market trying to head lower. The ATR stop's doing not a bad job holding me in there. Really quick little move lower. In fact, the market may have just done a little bounce after filling me here and tagged me at the break even. We'll have to see how, after the dust settles, exactly how that played out. Okay. A little bit more support coming in. Come on, sellers. There they go. Wow, one more break here. What time is it? Oh, we're almost done with opening range. Still got some craziness going on here during the opening range. If we ride out this last swing, no! Getting a little bit of a bounce back here. You can see we've actually produced a number 2 signal. But the more reliable number 2 signal will come after a hard edge bounce signal, after a number 3 signal. All right, well, we're just hanging in here. The ATR stops. Oh, come on. Get down there. The ATR stop's doing a reasonably good job of holding me into this trade. Oh, that 64.23 low just does not want to budge yet. And here we come back with yet another number 2 signal. So I was going to say it's looking like I'm going to get tagged out here, but that's all right. Not a bad trade to start the day. And there we go. We'll put that back on the shelf for now. Loads of volatility coming into the market though. And now we're getting that bullish pushback. So this number 2 signal, the second number 2 signal, actually is almost as good as after a hard edge bounce. So if you get a back-to-back number 2 signals, that tends to be fairly reliable as well. I would expect a move back here to the 64.40 zone. And yet another number 2 signal printing. So a few opportunities here for a buy. Ooh, maybe not. Seller's not quite done yet. Wow. Look at them go. All right, here comes now that number 2 signal again. All right, the Hawk getting a little bit more bullish, as is the Falcon. So I think we're going to see a little bit of a run up here. Do I want to try that though? My goodness, the downtrend is so strong. It's almost better to stay on the short side. I'm going to give it a little bit more room. Coming back with the number 2 from here is probably going to reverse the market. All right, well, they brought me into the short side. Let's see if we get any follow through. What time is it? Ooh, we're almost at the end of opening range. Darn it, there's that number 2 signal. I did not want to see that. Here we go. Come on. Last chance for the sellers to do something with this trade. I can actually bring my break even right here to the near the low of the morning, or the low of the opening range. Come on. Give me that last break. All right, well, we're at break even. Come on, give me the follow through. Ah, no, weren't quite ready yet. Well, now they might be, now that they've tagged me out. All right, well, we'll just set that aside for the moment. Oh, look at that. There they go, the stinkers. All right, here now the number 2 signal. So just as well, they did not give the follow through. Wow. Or they did. Okay, now another soft edge buy. Yeah, Mark says, there goes the market wiping out the overnight moves up again. The guy could make a pretty good buck lately just by selling the overnight highs and buying the overnight lows and holding throughout the day. One of the room members actually does something very similar to that. He'll take a rather wide position, but yeah, he'll just take an order and hold it. And he usually does pretty well. You know, if you take a look at most days, the market does make some sort of move. And it looks as though maybe, I'm saying this cautiously because as soon as I say the downward momentum is waning, watch the bottom fall out. But if we get a number 2 signal here, I might, oh, see, there's the number 2 signal. I might entertain a buy. I'll probably wait until they get above this last swing at least, but here's the number 2 signal. And this is a pretty aggressive move, folks. The market is challenged at this moment. Perhaps, you know, it's still better just to throw a short order in below these lows. All right, there's my number 2 after my number 3 signals. We're getting, again, a little bit of candy striping going on. Yeah, look at that. Right back down through the lows. Wow. Wow. Oh, look at that. Oh, crazy. Craziness. All right, well. I guess I was wrong about that. Oh man, I'm afraid to get back in. I know the market is heading lower, obviously, but I'm just too chicken to get in. I'm kicking myself a little bit here too that I did not throw in a short order here because the trend was down. Missed out on a gorgeous move there. Oh well, not the last move I'm going to miss, but annoying all the same. I did okay on my first trade, so okay. Are we trying to put a bottom in? We've got okay. Okay, we've got a first micro macro cross working here on the hawk, so things actually looking a little bit, ooh, do I dare say it, a little bit more bullish. With this monster down move, though, I'm not sure that I can trust any signals to the upside. Look at the bottom go again. There's not a lot of structure here to actually build a trade. Oh, see, and that's out of reach. Doggone it. What a crazy kind of day. Well, that's kind of how I would feel like setting this trade up, but This is a very drawn out number 2 signal. All right, here's my just in case order. I could probably make this a little tighter. In fact, I could probably do another OCO order, you know that? All right, we got a few number 3 signals here. Is the market done falling, or does it have one more move left in it? Can it get down here to the primary support line? Did they slip me there? They did too, slip me a couple of ticks. I'll take it though. It very likely will continue lower here, but you know what? I'm just as happy with getting my swing target there, even though they did slip me. Scoundrels. In spite of the slip, it looks like we hit the profit target and then doing a little bit of a reset. Okay, we're holding a little bit here. Oh yeah, right. As the bottom falls out again. Wow. Well, looks like should have just stayed short. Get short, stay short. Some of these swings a little bit wild, but yeah, the market really in a downtrend here this morning. Wow, and now the number two signal pushing back. Okay, the Hawk already bullish, as is the Falcon. In fact, you have a second push opportunity here on the Falcon. That's also getting a little bit on the aggressive side, looking to buy already, seeing how we haven't had a really good test of the extreme. Oh, and now the trend line is changing, so oh man, it's a selling free for all. What did President Trump tweet now? Oh my goodness. Well, the bottom still not in. We're still in free fall, and you could have picked up on any of these sell signals and done all right. There's a trend change signal here, a trend change signal, another trend change signal. So they're just any signal to the short side, anything that was with trend today, you would have done okay. The question now, of course, that's on everybody's mind is how much lower is it going to go? We are almost an hour into the session, and traditionally that's when we see a reverse occur, if there is one. So I'm a little hesitant, of course. Yeah, like Mark says, who would have ever guessed you could manipulate the market using Twitter? The crazy power. It certainly is. And I don't know, maybe I'm too old school, but I'm not sure as a world leader, and I'm not just picking on President Trump here, Prime Minister Trudeau, likes tweeting as well, but I'm not so sure that's really the best way for a world leader to get the word out. But like I said, maybe I'm too old school. All right, another number 2 signal, and are we actually going to see a bottom form this time? We're getting more bullish swings, which is also making me, and I'm just thinking out loud here, but look at that downtrend. Is that wild or what? That is a 4-figure day right there, folks. But we're starting to interject more little bullish pushbacks. You see there's one, well, there was one back here. The sellers ran them over. Another little bullish pushback. Sellers knocked them down again, but look, we're starting to push back a little bit more frequently. This is how bottoms start to form. And that's what I'm thinking is maybe, just maybe, we're starting to see a bottom form. Mark says, I'm with you, probably too old school as well. Personally, I want to throw myself back into the 70s. All right. The hawk bullish. The falcon about to get bullish. And as is the raptor, we're producing an early cloud crossover here now on the raptor. There's the cloud cross. Oh dear. Oh, that's awfully tight. All right, there it is. I would have preferred to enter above this high here, somewhere above 78, 63, 78, 79 maybe. It's just the volatility. The volatility is very scary. Entering here at 63.76, even though it looks like it's a long ways above that last swing, really it's not. Seller's still not done. It's going to take a little while to put in a bottom, which is why these types of counter trend trades are always so difficult. Okay, looks like the support may be holding. Don't want to jinx them again. A good test to the extreme and a reversal almost guarantees the market will head higher. Okay, now yet another number 1 signal. I can tighten my, oh no, I'm not going to mess with it. I was going to adjust my trade parameters a little bit, but again, the market's just moving so darn fast. that I don't dare touch anything as the trade is on. Oh, I got positive slippage this time. Come on. Oh, you scoundrels. Let's see if I got another chance to get in here. Back to the hard edge. Back into a macro pullback. Oh, look at that, the Falcon trend line starting to turn over already. Maybe they're not quite ready to rally yet. What should I toss in another short order? But where? Oh man. Just plain crazy. All right, well, we'll leave that on the shelf a little while longer. Like I said, a good, solid retest of the current low. You know, maybe a move back here to 63.60, which is entirely feasible, by the way. A move back somewhere around 63.60 would be a very good retest, and then a rally from there. That would pretty much signal the end of the selling, at least short term. Stop placement is the difficult part for me right now. Okay, another trend change here on the Falcon, another first micro macro cross, which easily found its profit objective, by the way. And a hard edge bounce here now on the Raptor. Wow, the buyers pushing harder than I thought they were going to. I thought the sellers were going to try to knock them down one more time. All right, here comes the selling. Ooh, come on. Come on, sellers, dig in there a little bit. I can't cover this trade. No, I can't. Maybe one of the other tools makes it a little easier. No, not yet. The pause, the pause before the next rally. There they go. A little bit of a push up. I'm not as concerned about the directionality of the trade at this point. I think it is going to continue higher, but like I said, trying to cover the trade, it's going to be really difficult. Because because there's a real possibility there's going to be a little bit of a pushback. I'm pretty much on hold now for a hard edge bounce or a late filter entry, maybe a macro pullback. Part of me just wants to hit the buy button. Just buy it and hope the market doesn't retreat too far. Okay, so now we're getting a number 2 signal back into the hard edge, followed up with a number 3 signal to buy. This is a very balanced, oh, okay, forget that. I was going to say, we're kind of at a balance point here at 6,400 as the market makes a really quick move higher. Wow. Where's the next stop? Where's the next resistance line? Right there, 64.14.5. A little bit too close to try to take advantage of that now. Back to the low of opening range, so a pretty decent little pullback there. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a chicken. I don't want to risk my profit that I've made today. Maybe that's a bad way to look at it. Well, sellers finally deciding to show up, maybe. Oh man, do I want to try this? This is technically counter trend given what's been going on here, but also with trend. The setup is small enough that I could probably throw a single on it without too much risk and try to take it back to the hard edge. Very, very aggressive trade again. All right. Got to stay below 6,400. So just looking for a move back here to the 63.90 zone. I will take my profit on target if I can get it. And at this point, I don't care if the market falls off the map. This is a little bit scary. Come on. Freaking wrecking. Get down there. All right, there we go. Oh, whew. That was tough. Kind of just one of those tricky little trades that you try to get in there. Like I say, technically counter trend given what's been going on here, but also with trend given the ginormous downtrend of the day. Honestly, I think my day is done. We'll stay here in the trading room for a little while still, but I'll probably show some more trades, but I would be very reluctant, I think, at this moment to actually take another trade. The market's far from over, though. This much volatility, this market is going to stay active into the close, I'm predicting. Back into the hard edge on the Eagle. The Eagle already producing a red bar buy signal, so there is a buying opportunity with a second push entry. I would probably set it up something like that. I think 64, what were we looking at? Near 64.15, still a reasonable target for this upside swing, and that would bring us back to the median line on the support and resistance suite, 64.14 half. All right, here now the Eagle trade. Whoa, look at that move. Right through there. Probably, that was pretty brisk. You probably would have been slipped a tick or two. Oh, nicely done, Mark. Mark says he's long from 63.51. Still got one contract in play. You know, you're doing a fantastic job managing those stops, Mark. Some of those swings there would have been really tough to hold on to. Come on, get up there. Honestly, as the market's flinching, I would probably bring my trade to break even. I just don't have the courage to hold on to that. And who is bothering me here? Probably a telemarketer. Yeah, I don't know what it's like where you live, but we have so many scammers and fraudulent phone calls. It's amazing. They all pretend to be tax collectors, and yet all of them, it's odd, they all have a Nigerian accent. What's with that? Okay, we've got a little bit of a pushback. Now, this is the problem, of course, with these types of trades in such a volatile market, is riding out the swing. As I mentioned, I probably would have chickened out and taken the break even, but it looks like the market's going to come back and give it another go here. Now, another red bar buy. I would draw my trend line across it like so, and probably enter above that. Using a little tool like a trend line break should enable you to get by with a slightly tighter stop. All right, so the market filling the order. We'll see if it gets up there now. It should. I'm reasonably confident. And if we take out the high here, hang on to your hat. Yeah, Mark says, I get a bunch of those calls too. Thankfully, there's some good apps that out there to blacklist them. They are annoying, though, when they get through. Well, I just feel sorry for those people who don't know any better. I remember the first one I got, and I phoned the government and I said, hey, what's going on here? Why are you pestering me? And they said, no, it's not us. All right, they're thinking about it here, but chances are strong once we get on the other side of 6,400, the market is going to try to rally. You heard it here first. Getting above the high is key. You could do a bracket here as well if you wanted. You could bracket these current ranges. You could look to buy, say, just above, where's this last swing? Say somewhere around 64.04. Short just below, maybe 63.90, or maybe just below there. Well, looks like they're gonna maybe try the bottom end after all. See, it is possible that we could get move back here to where this rally first began, maybe somewhere around 63.70, 75, and then see a big run up. Oh, look at that. Wild move higher. And picked up a nice little profit on that one, even though I didn't really have the nerve to take it. It did work out. Market gave a little bit of heat, but overall, pretty good move. And what happened to the sellers? Look at that. The buyers steamrolling the sellers now. Blew right through the median line at 63.14 half. A little bit of a delayed reaction. Be looking for maybe a hard edge bounce. There is a second push opportunity on this number 1 signal. I don't think I'd be chasing it. I think I would set it up like so, risk it to the hard edge if you could afford it. That would be the more better setup. Well, we'll clear that for the moment. Back into the hard edge with that number 2 signal. At this stage, you have to choose who do you think is going to be stronger. Do you think the buyers are going to be stronger? Do you think the sellers are going to be stronger? We should get one more good move lower, and that will kind of be the deciding factor. That will decide whether the buyers or the sellers are in control. Here, the hawk giving us a first micro macro cross to short. I would probably leave this open, and I would probably not short right on the hash mark, but rather here below the low. I would try to run it out rather than take the profit on target, because I would think a move back to 63, 75, 76, something like that would be a real possibility. In fact, if this sets itself up, I may try an OCO here. So I'm looking to sell. All right. Well, here we go, Eric. And look to buy above here. This is my bracket. I said I wasn't going to do this. I hope I don't regret it. So another first micro macro cross to the short side. And this is a touch cozy. Better entry would be short below 6,400, because that's where all the support came in before. Nice little 4-arrow consolidation with a quick little move lower. Going to produce a green bar sell / 4-arrow consolidation here again. And now we're into green bars, so that kind of spoils the 4-arrow, but it still leaves the possibility of a bracket trade in play. The eagle could bounce off of the hard edge. All right, back now to the top end of the trading range. Wow, just some crazy swings going on in here. And there have been buying opportunities, to be sure. Nice first micro macro cross here, back with a macro pullback. You have to be fast. Probably bring this entry in a little. Take advantage of that last swing. Again, because of the sideways nature, I'm not really interested in trying to get on board too early here. Rather, I would rather let them decide for me. And honestly, I would probably be more comfortable with the short at this point. Well, we're holding this zone pretty well. Almost time to adjust the top end of the signal. Could bring it in a little bit more. Okay, I can adjust the bottom a little. First micro macro cross a little lower now. What a constricted market. Look at that move. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, man. I'm going to be sorry. First micro macro cross higher. Too many yellow bars, though. It's fairly obvious that we are in a sideways twist. And, well, we'll see. We'll see. I got slipped there. I'm going to hold my stops back a little to start. Probably extend my break even just a couple of ticks here. This is a real obstacle up here, this whole 64.20 zone. Whoa! Better get those stops to break even. Oh, what a roller coaster. Okay, I think I better stand aside now. The market, I don't know if it's just ultra volatile or really thin, but we are getting some really crazy moves. Look at the Geiger counter here before that the ribbon disappears. Look at the amount of orders that flew through there. No doubt that caused that spike when the market broke above 64.20 and that quick little hesitation. Whoa, that is scary. All right, gang. Yeah, Mark says my adrenal glands working overtime. It is a wild, wild ride today. A good day though, and probably a good time to stop. Like I said, the volatility is through the roof here, so do take a little extra caution. And I will see you again tomorrow. Be careful. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.